we have two newer to FFL national guys, Jordan and Nick. They're not on the same team, but they're both killing it. And we just want to kind of go over just like what it is that they're doing, where they started, where they're going, and kind of where, you know, what things are happening right now. So if it's cool with you, Jordan, can we start with you, and then we'll do kind of like a Q&A, and then we'll move to you, Nick.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate you, family.
There you are. How are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Well, it's good to see you again. I know we saw each other in Dallas and we talked via text and all that stuff. And I see you in all the, you know, putting up numbers, this, that. I'm checking out leaderboards. I'm like, okay, sir, I see you. So tell us a little bit about how long you've been here at FFL, how long you've been selling insurance, and then kind of like your start to this year, like where you were and now kind of where you've progressed to.
Okay, so I've been with FFL for probably about 2 years. Just last year, I started doing it like full time, kind of, because I'm still in school. I'm a college student as well. So it's still kind of part time. It's kind of like 75. But I've been with FFL for 2 years. Came over to you guys probably a couple months ago. Started off at the year. To be honest with you, at the top of the year, what really lit the fire under me was convention, just going to convention and seeing people around my age, in the position that I'm in, killing it, doing the things that I want to do. So this year, as of now, I think I'm at 76. I think in January I did right around 23. And last month I think I did 30. So that's where we at for this year so far.
So so let's just talk about last year.
Sure.
Last year, what was your like? What did you issue pay all of last year?
144.
144. Okay. So far, first 3 months of this year, you're at 70 plus. But
Yes,
last year,
ma'am.
all of last year, you did 144. So you're more than you. Okay, so we're tracking here. So tell me a
Okay.
couple things. Obviously, you just kind of alluded to it. You went to conference, so that's, you know, let's everybody write that down. He got around people who were winning, which opened his eyes to see like the potential for himself as well. So that's one thing. And tell us a little bit about like, because obviously you need to back that up with some action when you get back, right? So tell us a little bit about mindset over this first quarter to do what you've done so far, maybe your lead flow, and maybe what your schedule looks like.
Okay, so my main issue, just like you said earlier, Jamie, like the top producers, they're not better than us. They just have more leads than us. So my top thing was when I got back was just to invest more into actually buying leads. So me and my team, shout out Rashad, we were focusing on kind of transitioning to more IULs. So now it's like, hey, you buy a vet pack a week, and then in the middle of the week you buy IUL, and then you alternate buying them. And then once we got to that point, it just, the numbers started falling. We started getting more presentations, started getting more sales, and then it went on from there. But as for schedule, really focused on that, on getting up at a decent time in the morning, and also getting myself together before I get on the phone. You know, eating, working out, reading something, going to touch some sun, like I like to say. Getting myself right so I positively be there on the phone with the client, because the client can't hear that through the phone if you're, in a negative headspace. So just homing on schedule. What I like to do is I do it my day in 3 hour increments. So I'll do like 8 through 11. And my goals is usually either I get 300 calls, 2 prezos, or one sale each session. And I do 3 sessions a day if I can, if I don't have to go to class. So that's kind of how my schedule works during the day.
Love it. So if I'm hearing this correctly, you invested in more leads. And what is your lead budget per week now?
Um, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily like a budget. It's an amount of leads that I
Okay.
need.
How many do you get?
So I usually get about 100 leads a week. I usually get like 50 vets, and then I do 50 IULs.
Okay. And then are they brand new? Are they aged?
Nah, they're brand new. All the leads that I get, they're brand new. So they
Okay,
come
brand
in.
new. Okay, perfect. So
Mhm,
50 vet, 50 IUL. And then
mhm.
it sounds to me like what you were saying is you just became way more intentional about being disciplined. Because
Exactly.
really all of those things you talked about, you got up, get yourself, you were on your workout, you read, you get some sun, like you're just regimented. You just have now like said you've had it. I just need to be more disciplined. Now,
Exactly.
do you do that collectively with a group? Is it just is it all of you? Is it just yourself? Like tell me a little bit about what that looks like.
Yeah, so basically my team, everybody we kind of run on the same schedule. Me, Rashad, Marcus, Latasha, Jay. I think Lacey's on here too. We all kind of run around the same schedule. We have like a separate chat to where we send our fitness goals in there. Sometimes if we read or not, what we're reading, and different quotes and things of that nature to just get each other going. So that's pretty much it's
Okay, I
pretty
love it.
simple.
So accountability.
Yep.
And it
It's
doesn't
pretty
hurt
much
that your big brother is heading this thing up too, huh?
exactly, exactly. So
T
even more
Tell me a little
accountability.
bit. How's that working with your brother?
Um, it has its pros and its cons to it because your brother gonna be your brother regardless. I love him to death. That's my dog. But he also throughout life, he's also been that guy that always give me, the accountability that I don't want to hear. So being that I be on the phone, he'll hear me on the phone with a client. I'll get off, he be like, "You ready?" And that's basically him telling me like, I'm gonna tell you what you messed up at, but you're not gonna like it, but I'm gonna tell you it anyway. I don't I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't appreciate it at the time, but when I actually fix what I've done and get on the phone the next time, it always works out. So I like it. It's lovely actually.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, he just wants to see you win, so he's not doing it for any other reason besides making sure that his little brother wins. So, now,
Exactly.
you say you do three 3-hour time spots. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about now you said all of those things preparing up to your work day kind of get your mindset right, but what let's kind of go over a few things that, cuz we were all brand new at one point in time, right? And so what if someone doesn't have a group, right? A group of people that holds them accountable. What if they're just getting started? Like do they search out a group? Do they ask their manager for a group? Like
I
what
say,
would you recommend?
well, that's what these calls are for. Seeing who's on the leaderboard, seeing who's consistently on the leaderboard at that. Reach out to some people. I mean, you have to, swallow your pride a little bit, and reach out to people and actually want to be a part of something because at the end of the day, we all here to, help families and make money.
Okay.
So it's
Do
pretty
you guys
simple.
dial live?
Yeah, we do. We be on
Okay.
Zoom.
All right. So if you're not on a Zoom, you need to get on a Zoom. You need to get with some people. You need to have some sort of accountability, right? Some people to feed off of. Please don't get near the whiners or the complainers because you'll start to become a whiner and complainer too. You need to get near some people who are winning. That's why you said people who are on the leaderboard. There's plenty of people who aren't on the leaderboard. Just get around the people who are on the leaderboard. Get in a live dial. Now, let's talk a little bit about the meat and potatoes of this. Um, Most of what you're doing are IUL and vet. Are you doing one call close? Are you setting appointments for a later? Or tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
Every time I get on the phone, I'm trying to do one call, one close. I'm never trying to set appointments. Me personally, I don't really like appointments because sometimes I map my day around to somebody that won't show up. So
Mm-hmm.
usually when I get people on the phone, I'm trying to close you right then unless you at work or you in the car. And depending on where you going in the car, if you're going home, I'm still going to be on the phone with you. Do you mind if I talk to you on the way home? No, I don't mind. Okay, good deal. All right, then I go over it. But sometimes I know with the IU going into the IUL, sometimes you have to set appointments with those. So I've set a couple of appointments with IUL, but most times I'm gonna call one closer.
Okay. So if you're someone who's, brand new, you have them on the phone now, is what he's saying. Even if you have to drive home chit-chatting with them while they get parked, stay on the line with them because you have them now. God knows what'll happen tomorrow. They'll be dodging your call. Okay. Let's talk a little bit. We have a lot of people who are using vet leads. Let's talk a little bit about your intro to your vet lead. Do you wait to call them? Do you call them straight away? Do you only call them in these dial times? Tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
So yeah, I'm very strict on my schedule, and your body is your temple. Personally, for me, I know if
Mm-hmm.
I have to take lunch because if I'm hungry on the phone, I'm gonna be very hangry on the phone with
Hangry?
clients, and they're gonna feel it. So I'm very specific about my schedule. So I run 8 through 11, I run 1 through 4, and I run 6 through 8. All right. The reason why I do that is 8 through 11 is usually why people on the way to work. All right. 1 through 4, you might have people that getting off early that went to work very early. And then 6 through 8, you got most people that get off that work their regular 9 to 5. Um, so when I do receive my leads, I try to call them as soon as possible. But if I'm already in the mode of dialing through a certain batch of leads, I just go ahead and finish what I'm dialing through. I don't just stop dialing and then go to that person. Now I'm gonna just keep dialing through until I finish the stack, and then I'm gonna go over.
Okay.
And then
So
I'll implement them later.
Okay, so you're gonna go back through your list after you've called
Mhm,
your new ones, and then boom, start
mhm,
from the top and keep going back through.
exactly.
Okay,
Because I don't
and
I don't
can
know. I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No,
No,
go.
I don't know what you guys. Well, first of all, you need a CRM. If you're not using a CRM, please get a CRM. But right now, I'm using Ringy. So if you are using any type of CRM, I know you guys have dispositions. Make sure you guys set up your dispositions properly so you can follow up with your clients. So you can have in different categories. That way, you know who you need to call, who you don't need to call, and things of that nature. So you're not keep continuously dialing the same people at the same time every day. Like sometimes you got to mix it up.
Yes, I love that. And let's talk a little bit about your intro. Let's just say that I'm a new lead. I give you a call. What is your intro for? We'll start with vet lead.
Okay, so usually I get on the phone, hey Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll answer
Hello.
it. Hey, this is Jordan. I'm giving you a call in regards to the veterans life insurance information you requested.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
uh-huh.
me. Okay, good deal. I just need you to grab a pen and paper for me. It should only take about 5 minutes so I can get these coverage options out to you.
Okay. So guys, his intro is less than 12 seconds. It's 4 seconds. Literally, this cut and dry. Get the pen. He's got it. We got to go right now. Get the pen. Okay. So we're not going to go over your full script because we're going to get Nick on here, but can you just give us real quickly your structure to your appointment after they get their pen? Kind of go over your structure of what's your first thing you cover, second thing you cover, and then how you move into an application.
Okay, so the first thing that I cover is the why, basically why they filled out the information. So after I give them my license information, hey, Jamie, people typically fill out this information for 1 to 3 reasons. The first one is fearing and final expenses. Second one is maybe mortgage bills, and the third one would just be like to leave an extra legacy or an income replacement. What was your main concern? And
Okay.
then they'll say something like, "Oh, I want to leave it for my family, but I want to handle my funeral." Okay, good deal. So the way this works is simple. I'll go over that part, tell them how the process works, and then we'll go to the medical questions, inventory sheet. Then I'll let them know after I ask the medical questions, hey, we're going to use your social to verify medical records, just to let them know, hey, I'm going to need your social later. All right. And then once we get to the numbers, I pitch on the numbers A, B, and C. All right. Which option fits best into budget? I like the B, but it's a little expensive. Okay, let's go with the C. All right. We gotta start being very direct with the clients about what they can afford. All right, because at the end of the day, they can't afford it, you're gonna get a charge back. If it's iffy on the B, all right, we'll just do the C. Fortunately for you, all these policies, they actually you can increase them on the back end. So if you want to add additional coverage, just come back and add it. Sounds good? Yep. Okay. I'm about to pull this up now. Go ahead and get your driver's license for me.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for sharing. You're killing it. Do you think you're going to be in the top 8?
I gotta be. I gotta be. I
Love
gotta
it.
be.
I love
I
it.
gotta
Love it.
be.
Love it. Love it.
I
Well, thank
appreciate
you
you
for
for having
sharing
me
some.
on too.
Yes, of course. Keep killing
Go,
it.
Jordan.
I love it. All right. Nick, do we have you?
Yes, ma'am.
before we bring on Nick, can we all give Jordan like a clap in the yes, thank you. Chat.
Go Jordan! Woo!
Elite Eight. Thank you, Frank. I couldn't think of what it was called. Elite Eight. Hey, Jonna. All right. So, Nick, are we there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm going to ask you the first couple questions that I just asked Jordan. How long you been with us?
Uh,
And what were you, if you were selling insurance before, which I think you were, kind of what were you doing? And then what's kind of turned the switch on for you and what you've done so far?
so I started part-time in November. I was cleaning pools actually. That was my full-time job, so I'd come home and work from like 4 to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I'm gonna copy Jordan here. What really flipped the switch was convention. Just I saw a bunch of kids younger than me walking across the stage, kind of just lit something in me. And then um, met a bunch of good guys and at the dinner. So I mean, they've helped me a lot.
So what he's talking about is, so were you selling insurance before came here to Family First Life? And if so, how much insurance did you sell? No.
No.
Okay, so never sold insurance before, got started in November, came to conference in January or almost February, I guess it was. That's where we met for the first time. We had talked via text and stuff like that, but introduced you to, Jacob Bruns and Connor at our awards gathering. Did you meet Frankie there or no?
Oh yeah, I met Frankie.
Okay, yep. And so, kind of like Jordan was saying, like, just found a group. Like, he didn't know those guys. It wasn't like, he just was like, all right, he gravitated to people kind of like him who were trying to have the same goals, same desires, and just ready to get after it. And so, again, they loop up on a Zoom. They're in a text group together, kind of holding each other accountable, right? I'm
Yep.
seeing a pattern here, guys. So if you're not picking up on it, get around people who are winning. Again, get yourself in a group. If it's not the big group, which is the dialteam.ffl all, get yourself into a smaller group of people who are winning though. Please don't get yourself in a group of a bunch of people who aren't doing anything. You will probably not do anything too. It's like crabs in the bucket. They just going to keep pulling you down, pulling you down. So let's talk about last month. How much did you issue pay last month?
I think it was just shy of 30,000.
Okay. So, guys, in November, he was the pool boy. In January, he came to conference or beginning of February. And now, February, last month, he did almost $30,000. So, guys, if you are just getting started, it's possible for any of you. Now, the process from like December to it's December and January, was that easy? Just be honest. Was it easy when you were getting started, trying to figure all this stuff out?
No, and I started at a weird point because the holidays and everything. My upline was back in New York, wasn't really working, so I was kind of just alone, and I was kind of scared to dial, so I kind of took like 3 weeks off. So I don't really count
Mhm.
my start date until like January, ish is when I really like did it myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And guys, I mean, again, you don't like if your upline is someone if they're busy or if they're not digging in and their goals maybe are different than your goals, it doesn't make them bad people. It doesn't, they're fine. It's fine. But there's somebody that you can run with. Find someone to run with because in 2 months, your life can be completely changed. Would you say that what FFL has done in your little world, has it completely changed your thoughts financially, your bank account financially? Talk to us a little bit about kind of what that's looked like for you.
Absolutely. I mean, I get to work from home. I make more money than I've ever have. I mean, I make like a $50 sale. I'm like, oh, it's only $600 in commission, but I was making that in a week, slaving away before. So it's
How much
definitely
did you
changed
write
my.
today?
I wrote $12,000 IUL, 12,000, so
Mm-hmm.
1,000 a month. But I
Yeah.
was in the middle of, I only worked about like 2 hours today. I was picking him up from the airport, so.
All right. A hymn's coming to learn.
Yep, he did 600 just a couple minutes ago. So 600 a month.
Who is it? I can't tell. It's
It's
Froggy.
Devlin. He's up next.
Devlin!
It's
Devlin was
Devlin.
on the leaderboard. He had
Yep.
10,000 last week, and he's
Devlin's
only been in
killing
the
it.
business. He was at conference two just started.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Let's freaking go. Okay, so let's talk about the nitty gritty because we are training and we do want people to be able to win and we want people to be able to implement what you implemented. Obviously, we can't take them back to conference, but we can put in place some things today. If you're just getting started today, you're like, you know what, I haven't done $30,000 in a month and I want to. What can I implement today? Give us, first things first, tell me a little bit about your lead flow because we know that lead flow matters and we know that if you don't have leads, you're obviously not in business. So let's talk to everybody a little bit about what your lead flow looks like first and foremost.
Absolutely. So, just first and foremost, I'm still not the best seller. I still lose deals all the time. So I'm not perfect. That's why I'm on a good amount of lead flow just to kind of take the luck out of it. So I'm on 150 of these IULs a month. I just started. I was at 100 before. Last month I was at 100, and then I'm on 30 vets a week. I've been on 30
Okay.
vets a week since right after conference, but that was my first lead source when I first started.
Okay. So and I love what you just said. He started at 100 and now he bumped it up. It's kind of like I'm not a gambler, but my husband is, and you guys probably know that. It's like if the heaters, I do know this. He says like I'm on a heater. That means that he's like the shoe is good, and so now he starts putting more chips up there because he's pushing, right? He's pressing. That's exactly what I think I'm hearing you say. You're on a heater, so you might as well press,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yep.
he bumped his leads. He was at 100. That's where he was. Perfect. He did 30,000, 100 IULs for the month, 30 vets for the week, each week. So 120. So that got him. Now he's all right. Let's bump it. Let's push a little bit more of the chips in. Now, okay, so you're kind of like similar to what Jordan is doing. He's
Yep.
doing vets and IUL, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yep.
I love it. Tell me, now obviously with your IUL business, a lot of this is going to be fully underwritten. So your vet is probably paying your
Yep.
vet is giving you the ATM cash flow, right? The
Yep.
quick cash flow. Your IULs you're kind of like it's kind of like your back end money. You're just stockpiling, that sort of thing. Is that kind of what your mindset is with this?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's more like the financial sides, the bigger deals. That's like
Yeah.
the you'll get $1,000 a month. I mean, it's insane to me. But yeah, those are the real big deals.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. And so, was it easy? Like, you know, you didn't really like you didn't have like this back history of being like the sales guy or the life insurance guy. I mean, you're still young. You were doing, maintenance type of work. Like, for someone who's brand new, were you a little nervous or were you just like, you know what, I'm just a crazy wildcat, like I'm just gonna get after it, you know?
I was definitely nervous. I mean, I started just dialing my old uplines leads. I did that for like a month straight. Didn't even make a sale, but I just kept pushing and then finally just took the chance, bought a pack of vets. Didn't even close actually one of my first vets and said, "Well, I'm gonna hop on subscription. I'll know real quick if this isn't for me." And it's kind of taken over since then.
Yes. Now, was it helpful seeing a lot of other people winning with those leads?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I knew it
people
was
are
there. It
winning.
had to be me. It's a me
Absolutely.
problem.
Absolutely. People are winning. I was just saying in our group chat, what was it, yesterday or whenever it was, I'm like, if you aren't on 30 to 40 reoccurring vet leads right now, like I don't like you must not want to do $30,000 a month because literally these things are like it's like the ATM, buy them, print money, buy them, print money, buy them, print money, buy them, print money. I don't I can't explain it. Like every person I see, they get a badge, boom. I mean, Jonna just had a guy literally Saturday had a conversation with Frank. 20 minutes later, got on Vets leads and literally made it first call, first sale. It was like $2,000 or something. I'm like, what in the world? Like, guys, you guys are sitting on a gold mine right now. It's absolutely nuts. All right, let's talk a little bit about your schedule. Tell everybody kind of what that looks like, what your routine.
Just breaking up for anybody else?
Oh,
Yeah, she's breaking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Jamie?
I can hear you. Can you
You're
guys hear
breaking
me?
up. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. You said
Too
tell
much
them
So-
my
sauce.
routine.
Yeah. So go through what your routine is and what your schedule looks like.
Yep. So, I wake up at like 4:30 every morning, and no, I'm not like I'm not better than everybody else. It sucks so bad. I hate it. But I go right to the gym just to kind of clear my mind, phone on do not disturb, so I don't get any emails, see any chargebacks, anything like that. Come home, shower, read my Bible. Me and my downline will or whoever I'm with we usually will pray before we start reading. Someone at the convention said they always pray before they dial, one of the ladies, and we like that idea, so we try and pray every morning. 8 a.m. I start dialing, 8 a.m. Central. We'll pretty much dial and call appointments until 7, 8 o'clock at night. I mean, I take some breaks because I'm a nerd and so I like to play video games. So I'll like play a quick
That
video
is
game to relax a little bit, decompress, take the dogs out. But I mean, I'm kind of just at my computer all day until
okay. So do you have a set goal? Like Jordan was saying, he's like 300. He does 300 dials in a session. I think it was two or three presentations or a sale, and then he can like. Do you kind of play a game with yourself like that, where you're like, I got to do this before I can get up?
I got to get a sale. That's just the big thing. I got to get better with my goals, like actual goals, but it's always a sale and then 15K a week, um, and or in premium. But I
Okay.
don't have like a dial goal. I mean, always like at least like 300, 400, but it's really just get a sale.
Okay. I love it. It's, again, I'm feeling like I'm hearing the same thing. You are a disciplined person.
Yep.
And this business rewards people who are super disciplined with their time, with their resources, with their funds. If you had to tell someone who just is getting started, just like you were just a few months ago,
Yep.
what are 3 pointers or tips that you would say will probably be the most important things today that you implement?
I think just putting in the work, taking the dials, even though it sucks. I don't know if everybody's got a CRM, that noise that it makes when you call someone is really, really annoying. Find a good like a good script. I still have my scripts pulled up on my third monitor when I dial, just as like, do this, do that, do that. So I think it's really important. I watched a couple YouTube videos, found other people's scripts and kind of just mashed it all into one. And then just connect with people and ask people their opinion. I'm constantly with if I see someone, I'll DM them. I've reached out to Jesse. Like I said, I got all these guys, like shout out Jacob, Frank, and Connor. They all help me out. Just reach out to people. I mean, even my friend Devlin here, he started after me, but I still ask him for tips. Like always be coachable. I mean, there's always something you could do better on the phones. Like I'll ask him, what did I do wrong on that call? I've had Jacob walk me through entire calls, so I mean, it's definitely important to find good people.
I love it. So, work ethic, master your script, and connect and get feedback and be willing to change quickly. Um, I love those 3. One last thing. Are you going to be in the Elite 8?
I should. I have a chargeback on America, so I don't know how that works, but
We're
I'm
talking
definitely.
about issue paid.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay, 100%. So there's 2. So now there's only 6 spots left. If you think that you're going to be in the Elite 8, I need you to put a money bag in the chat. If you think you're going to be in the Elite 8, I need you to put a money bag in the chat. But guys, get around people who are winning because it's contagious. You have no idea what you have at your fingertips here. The game has been changed, and I will say that there has been a movement, even just in 2025, that is like none I have ever seen, and this is year 15 for us. There's just something about what's going on right now, and the time is now, and you have an ATM at your fingertips, and you have got to take advantage of it. If you don't want to get to June, July, August, September, and realize that, dang, I could have been like Jordan and Nick. What am I doing? Right? you have got to start implementing these things that we we're talking about tonight, today. Like tomorrow is not promised. Your work, your health tomorrow is not promised. Your ability to go to work tomorrow is not promised. So you have got to get after it today. And it's like kind of like I was saying to somebody recently, it's like do you know people are praying right now in third world countries for what you have right now? For what you have, what the ability you have, the resources you have, FFL that you have, leads that you have, a phone that you have, a card. All people are praying right now and you have it and you are just taking advantage of it like you don't like it's no big deal that you have it. So start living today and start implementing things today like tomorrow you don't have it. And I promise you it'll put a little bit of a fire under your butt to make you get after it. These guys are killing it. Get around people who are winning. Quit messing around with the whiny people who complain. All they think the world's, that nothing's ever going to work out for them. Just get away from those people because they will drag you down like a crab in a bucket. Get around guys who are winning and gals that are winning and start implementing this stuff right away. And you can win too. This is everybody's year. And I don't see why it can't be yours. So guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Nick, for what you're doing, for what you've added to, the greater FFL. And let's get after it. And if you guys are in Orlando, Franklin's on his way. He'll see you guys tomorrow. There's some more fun stuff going on down there that he's coming to talk about. So, guys, I'm excited. Thank you, Americo, for always, having our backs when it comes to fun things like giving away money. So, we love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next live dials. Let's see. Today's Monday, so tomorrow we have CRM training. Wednesday, we have product training, and Thursday, we have srsliftoff.com. Friday is Sean's thing. So, guys, plenty of stuff to plug into, but get around the heat. And we'll see you guys real soon. Thank you guys for sharing.
Bye, Jamie.